In the name of Allah, the Compassionate and the Merciful. Hello guys. In this video, we're going to have an example in nonlinear second order analysis of 2D fixed support beam with plastic hinge concept in force control light deformation in C programming. You see, we have one beam element with 12 degree of freedom with two plastic hinge at the first and end of this beam. You see the moment rotation relation between these elements, plastic hinge concept, and you see at the end of this programming and running the analysis, you see the actual force displacement based on incremental load, actual load in degree of freedom number 1, and the formation of this beam based on degree of freedom number 11. You see incremental applied in degree of freedom number 1 and displacement exported in degree of freedom number 11. When we compile this C programming, you see that this input files imported from CSV file, length of beam is imported, flexural rigidity, initial incremental load is imported, external force is exported from all the degree of freedoms which are available in here, and all we are going to check the ultimate displacement based on applied in CSV file. I defined 10 in here, the maximum iteration and specified tolerance of convergence, and number of calculation for defining our steps for calculation, and defining the moment rotation for defining the plastic hinge concept properties. It's all for our input data for running this program, and you see the report analysis for each steps of this analysis. You see the increment 1, iterations, incremental loads in degree of freedom number 11, displacement of each node is shown. You see the CSV file for our input data, moment rotation CSV file, defined it in here, and also the output report is for our analysis is shown, and actually the HTML type of this report in text file is shown in here, and so the graph of this actual force and displacement is shown also. So let's see the code, the C programming code. You see I defined many functions for this program: analyze and element forces, element stiffness, importing two types of data for element initial forces and moment rotation. You see in here data comes from two types of CSV file, and you see many matrix form for matrix assembled, matrix change, determination, inverse, multiplications, and many functions for defining and analyzing of this nonlinear finite element analysis. You see, and also I defined output for Excel, HTML, and HTML graph, and even in text. You see, are available for analyzing and running these data. So let's see the analyze function. You see, all data which is come from CSV file, you see, is defined in analyze, and in analyze function, and the method of nonlinear finite element based on force control applied in here, you see. And in here we're trying to check the analysis, and if it is converged, so the next step is going to be started in next step, and in each step element forces is exported, and you see all the controlling is checked in here. You see if the controls is checked and the well done is equals to 1, so we are going to have an output in Excel and HTML file, and even showing the HTML graph, and also exporting to the HTML text file. You see many functions as a graph, or many functions which are available in this program is shown, and you can change it with your own. I used the Newton-Raphson method for running this analysis of matrix form in analysis function. You see initial matrix 0, and in this program is checking the analysis and inverse it. You see in multiplication number matrix multiplication 0, 2, we're going to inverse and calculate it based on Newton-Raphson method. And at the end we have this graph based on actual force and displacement based on plastic hinge of this this plastic hinge in degree of freedom number 3 and 12, and you see this result. Thanks guys, I'd be glad to know your opinion about my programming. Bye.